Hi, I'm Mark, and today we need to talk about Putin threatening the UK. Russia has expressed anger at British plans to supply more powerful depleted uranium ammunition to beleaguered Ukraine. I would like to note that if all of this happens, Russia will be forced to respond accordingly, is what Putin said on Tuesday after a meeting with Chinese leader Xi Jinping in Moscow. And Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu also threatened. Of course, Russia has an answer ready. On Monday, the British government announced that it would also supply Ukraine with ammunition in addition to the Challenger 2 main battle tanks it had already promised. And this includes armor-piercing ammunition made from depleted uranium, as Defense Secretary Annabel Goldie said in a response to a question in the House of Lords. Such shells are very effective in defeating modern tanks and armored vehicles, Goldie pointed out. And Putin claimed that these were weapons with a nuclear component, and you always know what he means with that. Well, uranium is a radioactive metal. Depleted uranium ammunition is a type of ammunition that uses depleted uranium as its primary component. DU is a byproduct of the uranium enrichment process and is much denser than lead, which makes it useful for armor-piercing projectiles. DU ammunition has been used by various militaries since the 1970s, primarily in anti-tank weapons and artillery shells. It is favored because of its ability to penetrate armor, which makes it effective, as I said, against heavily armored targets like tanks and also bunkers. However, DU ammunition has been controversial due to concerns about its potential health and environmental effects. When DU ammunition hits a hard target, it can create dust and particles that can be inhaled or ingested, potentially leading to health problems. Additionally, DU is a radioactive material which raises concern about the long-term about the risks and the benefits of using DU ammunition. Some argue that its effectiveness in combat justifies its use, while others argue that the potential health and environmental risks are too great. Many countries have either banned or limited the use of DU ammunition, while others, like the UK, continue to use it in various military applications. Several countries have used depleted uranium ammunition in the past, primarily in military conflicts. Some of the countries known to have used DU ammunition include, of course, the United States, when the US military has used DU ammunition extensively in conflicts such as the Gulf War in 1991, the Iraq War that ended in 2011, and the Afghanistan War. But also the United Kingdom. The British military also used DU ammunition in the Gulf War as well as in the Iraq War. And in France, the French military has used DU ammunition in conflicts such as the Gulf War and the Balkans War. And of course Russia, who are complaining now. The Russian military has reportedly used DU ammunition in conflicts in Chechnya and Georgia. And even Israel. The Israeli military is believed to have used DU ammunition in the 2006 Lebanon War. But also Pakistan. The Pakistani military is believed to have used DU ammunition in conflicts with India. The United Nations, the UN, has expressed concerns about the use of depleted uranium ammunition and has called for further research into its potential health and also environmental effects. In 2002, the UN General Assembly passed a resolution expressing concern about the health and environmental effects of this DU ammunition and calling on member states to provide information about their use of DU ammunition and its impact. In 2008, the UN Secretary General issued a report on the impact of armed conflict on children, which included a section on the use of DU ammunition. The report recommended that countries that have used DU ammunition in the past should provide information on its location and called for more research into its long-term effects. And in addition, several UN agencies, including the World Health Organization, the WHO, and the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA, have conducted studies on the health and environmental effects of DU ammunition. While there is ongoing debate about the risks and benefits of DU ammunition, the United Nations has called for caution and further research. According to a 2010 report by the European Commission's Scientific Committee on Health and Environmental Risks, so-called SHARE, there is no evidence of any environmental or health risks from depleted uranium. Radiation exposure from depleted uranium is very low compared to the naturally occurring radiation, they wrote. But there were also media reports from Iraq about deformities that were attributed to the ammunition used earlier in the war. According to experts, as I said, Russia also has uranium ammunition. And despite the fact that Putin himself ordered the war against the neighboring country more than a year ago, he keeps blaming the West for the ongoing fighting. A particular thorn in Moscow's side is the Western's arms aid that Ukraine depends on to defend its territory and recapture occupied territories, including the Black Sea, the peninsula of Crimea, which was annexed in 2014, and Russia has illegally annexed a total of 5 Ukrainian territories. And he's always trying to shift the blame to somebody else. There's only one person to blame, one person that started the war, and that is Vladimir Putin. And the war could easily end. Putin just has to decide today to withdraw his troops from Ukraine, and the war is over. And I don't want to leave the video with that. I want to talk about something nice, and that's saying thank you, because those who already played the quiz on my new channel, either in German or in English, in Outside Views Games, it is in English. Thank you for your very nice comments and that you enjoyed the game, and it will definitely continue. So on 1st of April, but not as an April Fool's joke, on 1st of April, as on every 1st of the month in the future, you will get the next quiz. But I won't spoil the topic now. It will be a large variety of topics from a large variety of different areas, and I'm just getting started, so it will not be a country or continent quiz next time. But of course, in that category, there will be more in time, but you have to wait a little bit. In the meantime, there will be some other topics as well. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.